Well, up until last year, I was in the Navy Reserve. I retired from there, so I was looking for another opportunity. I was looking for things involved with the community, and just through a number of searches, ultimately Farm Rescue popped up and I took a look at it. It was pretty interesting to me because, for one thing, I'd never been out to North Dakota, so it seemed like a good opportunity to both volunteer and serve and go see some places I hadn't seen before. You know, coming out here and meeting a lot of the families with the great character that they have out in this part of the country, getting to do some of the things that a lot of people only read about, really read about, you know, the breadbasket of America and the things that they do, and you know, it's sort of a lesson in school back east, and to come out here and see it firsthand is fantastic. I've been here about 4 days on the job now with Farm Rescue, and I've met 3 great families already. And what's really striking about meeting them is not just the character for these folks that work hard and work their land and are sometimes hesitant to accept help, but also the hospitality that they extend to us when we come in and help take care of us while we do the job. And when I came on board, of course, I went and met with Rita at Jamestown just to check in, and then she sent me up to work with a crew run by Levi Willinga and his wife Carol Willinga. And so with me coming in with virtually no farming experience of this type, I think Rita did a really good job of matching up the crew with somebody like Levi, who has extensive knowledge and a lot of patience for teaching me. And so we've been working really well together this week. I've learned a tremendous amount.
Let's put some seed in the ground.
To me, it was just amazing to come in and be able to be trained on a setup like that. I was a submarine radioman in the Navy on active duty for 14 years with the John Deere tractor and the electronics and things that rival a lot of things I've seen in the Navy as well. I know there's a lot of value derived from the money that's put into this program. It supports guys like me who want to go out and do the work, but really I don't have the means to go out and help the communities myself. But with these sponsors backing, I can come out and do the work just as well as Levi and the rest of the crew can. And the other thing I would say to potential sponsors is that you know, they're part of the community as well, and I think that the farmers also recognize that when they talk about the different logos that are put on the truck and whatnot. When we're transporting, we're on the move going from one farm to another, and we take the truck out, and I notice that if people get a chance, they stop and talk to us because they see all the information on the truck and they see the tractor and the rig following us. And you know, in my mind, it's almost like we're our own parade coming down the road. And it's really cool to be greeted by people, many who have been helped in past years before I volunteered, and get to meet them as well. We can see how much good work is getting done by the areas that they cover right now, and how much goodwill is returned to the sponsors that participate in it, as they are a recognized part of the communities. I think what Farm Rescue wants to do now is kind of be able to expand into more and more communities where the help is needed, but as well, to do that, it needs the help of the sponsors, the potential sponsors from those communities, to allow them to do that, allow more volunteers to come in and participate and have the equipment and the resources that they need to do that job. You know, if I was going to want to add one thing myself, I would want to thank personally the rest of the volunteers. Coming up here and working with Levi and Carol, and just realizing that I can only afford to do this for 2 weeks myself, and they're doing a lot more time. Like I said, you know, I was looking for a good way to give back, and you know, Farm Rescue's got the infrastructure in place to allow a lot of good people to do that.